Okay, let's dive into this daily briefing you've brought us. Quite a mix today.
Yeah, it really covers the map, doesn't it?
For sure. We've got AI impacting doctors, some pretty shocking personal finance stories, community safety issues, even online drama.
And some takes on the U.S. from abroad, too. Lots to get through.
Right. So our goal, like always, is to cut through the noise, pull out what really matters from these events, and, help you make sense of it all.
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, AI in medicine. We've got a doctor here who sounds genuinely scared.
Yeah, he is. He's worried about patients showing up already loaded with information from AI chatbots.
He says they come with very, very difficult questions based on that base information they would normally get from him.
And his quote is pretty stark. "I am truly feeling that our days are numbered because of AI."
Wow, that's intense. What's your take on that?
Well, it's fascinating how fast AI is disrupting things, not just medicine, but so many fields.
Right.
It forces us to ask, what's the real value of professional expertise now if AI gives the base info?
Then the doctors, the experts, they need to offer something more, like judgment, critical thinking.
Exactly. That human element AI can't, or at least doesn't yet, replicate. It's a challenge to step up, maybe not just a threat.
And the public reaction, the comments on this story, they kind of pick up on that, don't they?
They really do. One comment hits hard, basically saying the doctor sounds entitled and maybe patients being too educated means doctors need to offer more than just coasting.
Ugh. Tough, but maybe a fair point from that perspective.
It reflects a certain sentiment. And then another person just flat out said they've lost confidence in doctors over the past, 15 years.
So it taps into this wider thing about trust in institutions,
Absolutely. Is it really about AI taking over knowledge, or is it more fundamentally about eroding trust in authority figures? That seems to be the core question here.
Okay, let's shift gears. From AI worries to cold, hard cash worries. Student loans.
Yep, and this Sallie Mae example is just brutal.
Okay, get this. A $40,000 loan somehow becomes $118,305.59 repayment. And listen to this part. Over $77,000 of that is just interest.
$77,000 on a $40,000 loan.
The borrower called it pure insanity, said the terms should be federally illegal. They put it bluntly. Sallie Mae really got me out here fighting for my life over a $40K loan that turned into $120K. And calling the $77K interest asinine,
It's just jaw-dropping. And it really drives home the power of compounding interest. People hear about it, but this shows it.
It really does. You're paying interest on the interest.
Especially, as one comment pointed out, with a rate like 13.5% over many, many years. It's a recipe for disaster, financially speaking.
Yeah, and you mentioned your own experience, right? That college didn't cost nearly this much back then.
Oh, absolutely not. The total cost for 4 years wasn't anywhere near what just the interest is in this case. It's a completely different world for higher education costs now.
And the comments, they really diverge on who's responsible here.
Yeah, interesting split. One person put it all on the borrower, so they should have understood 13.5% interest.
Ouch. Basically, buyer beware.
Right. They argued hard for mandatory personal finance classes in school, saying Sallie Mae isn't the problem. The loan isn't the problem either, implying it's the borrower's lack of understanding.
Okay, that's one take. What about the other?
The other focused back on that insane rate and the long payback time, basically concluding that for many, financing most college degrees today isn't worth it.
So you've got this tension. Personal responsibility versus a system that maybe sets people up to fail with terms like these.
Exactly. And look, financial education is absolutely crucial, no doubt.
Yeah.
But you also have to ask about the lending practices themselves. It's a complex issue.
Okay, next. This one's tough. A really disturbing event out of Cincinnati. Community safety.
Yeah, this is concerning on multiple levels.
It's about a single mom named Holly. She tried to break up a fight. A good Samaritan act.
And she ended up getting brutally attacked herself.
The details are just awful. People apparently stood by, laughing, filming.
Filming instead of helping.
And she said no one called 911. Then, critically, she alleges the responding police officers didn't help her, didn't take her info, left her unconscious on the street.
That's a serious allegation against law enforcement.
She puts it starkly, I tried to break up a fight, and then I got attacked myself, and she believes it was attempted murder. She even mentioned there were 100 people there. I was the only one who jumped in because that was the right thing to do.
It's just deeply troubling. Beyond the awful violence against her, what does it say about us, about community?
That bystander thing. Filming instead of dialing 911.
Yeah, it points to a kind of breakdown, maybe. A lack of civic duty, or maybe fear, or maybe just detachment. And then the alleged police response, if true, raises huge questions about trust in those meant to protect us.
It really makes you think about individual responsibility versus relying on authorities who, in this alleged case, failed her.
It's a reminder that safe communities require active participation and also effective, trustworthy law enforcement. There's frustration when either part fails.
And the comments naturally reflect that anger and concern.
Definitely. One comment expresses total shock at the police's alleged actions, failing to call an ambulance, get her info. They demand accountability.
Understandable.
Then another comment takes a different tack, more cautionary, maybe even a bit sad, advising women specifically not to intervene in fights between men because it will end badly for you.
That's a pretty bleak outlook on personal safety, isn't it?
It is. It shows the struggle people feel between wanting justice and just wanting to stay safe, especially when you feel like you can't rely on others or even the authorities. It's a tough spot.
Okay, let's try and shift to something a little lighter, though still sparking debate. Online culture stuff.
The engagement ring saga.
Right. Sarah Stock posts, I won with her minimalist engagement ring. Simple enough, you'd think.
But nope. Apparently some online influencers, described as alleged right-wing influencers, took issue with the ring's size.
And suddenly this personal moment blows up in this, like, niche part of X.
It's kind of wild, isn't it? How something so personal becomes a flashpoint for culture wars, essentially.
Yeah, what's behind that, do you think?
Well, I think it connects to this bigger picture of everything being performative online. The ring isn't just a ring. It becomes a symbol.
A symbol of what? Wealth, values.
Yeah, all of that. Maybe financial status, lifestyle choices, even expectations around traditional roles. The whole trad wife discussion sometimes gets pulled into this.
Yeah.
It's about signaling, I guess.
And the comments definitely show that split, either supportive or not.
Oh, yeah. Total contrast. You've got one comment that's just sweet and simple. Congrats. Marriage is amazing.
I see.
Then you get the other kind. This one goes hard. Linking the ring size to being a trad wife, affording a house, having kids, basically judging her whole life based on the ring.
And how did that one end?
With a kind of dismissive, sorry, I'm MIA, I'm in the Hamptons. Just dripping with,
Wow. Okay. So this silly online fight actually says a lot about bigger pressures, doesn't it? Gender roles, wealth display.
Exactly. It's a microcosm of social media dynamics. Judgment, projection, and those constant comparisons.
All right, let's move across the pond. This one's interesting. Visitors from the UK coming to the US.
And being pleasantly surprised, right?
Yeah, genuinely shocked, it seems, by how welcoming America actually is. They feel they've been misled by media narratives back home.
That's fascinating. We hear so much negativity sometimes.
Right. One person said, it is absolutely crazy how the media will really have you believing that a place is completely different from the reality. They said they grew up thinking the US was rude, dangerous.
And found it wasn't true.
Exactly. All of that stuff could not be further from the truth, they said.
This really speaks volumes about media influence, doesn't it? The difference between reporting or maybe spinning and actual lived experience.
It really underscores the power of narrative, how easily perceptions get shaped if you don't have that firsthand look.
It makes you wonder how much of what we think we know about other places, or even our own country sometimes, comes from filtered sources rather than direct observation.
It's a good reminder to maybe take media portrayals with a grain of salt and experience things for yourself when you can. Question the narrative.
Definitely. And the comments on this reflect that skepticism towards media, but also national pride.
Yeah, what did they say?
Well, one person made a great point. Americans may complain a lot, but we never know how good we have it until we travel abroad. We are super lucky. Perspective, right?
Very true.
And the other one went right at it. Legacy media lies about everything, they said. Asserted America is the best for a reason.
Okay, strong statement. Did it mention the current context?
Yep, it continued. And now it's getting much better under President Trump. Tourism will likely erupt in the next few years, especially as illegals are deported.
So that comment ties the positive experience directly to current leadership and policies.
Exactly. It shows how these discussions quickly connect to views on media bias, national identity, and political leadership. It's all intertwined in public discourse.
Okay, next up. Prepare for some absurdity. An airplane incident.
The pickleball coach. Right.
Peter Nguyen calls himself a celebrity pickleball coach.
Celebrity pickleball coach.
Yeah. Has a complete meltdown. Why? He got caught vaping in the airplane bathroom.
Which is a big no-no. Federal offense territory.
You're right. But instead of being contrite, he goes off, accosts a female flight attendant, claims she assaulted him, and then pulls the influencer card, threatens her with his 25,000 followers, actually shouted, I have a lawyer! I'm a lawyer! I have 25,000 followers! I have 25,000 followers that are going to watch this!
Whoa! Wow. The entitlement is staggering.
American Airlines confirmed they booted him for disruptive behavior. SFPD escorted him off.
Good. It's fascinating, in a disturbing way, how some people think online clout translates into, real-world immunity.
Yeah, like the rules don't apply?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's this weird intersection of online persona and basic public conduct. And clearly, he crossed way over the line. It's just arrogance.
And you can bet the internet had thoughts, mostly sarcastic ones.
Oh, I bet. The comments must have been great.
They were pretty funny. One was just, celebrity.pickleball.coach.
Captures it perfectly.
And someone replied, piling on. Not only that, he's an AI expert, an agent, a lawyer, a CEO, a D1 coach, A&D who works 24/7, just mocking the self-importance.
Love it.
Any others? Yep. Another said, it's annoying when influencers use their platforms to blackmail regular citizens trying to do their jobs. And the reply, the good news is this completely backfired on him.
Which is always satisfying to see, isn't it? When that kind of behavior gets called out and fails spectacularly. Justice, internet style.
Totally. Okay, back to earth now. Everyday economics. Grocery prices, specifically Publix.
Oh, yes, the cost of living crunch. People are feeling it.
We've got a shopper here just stunned by Publix prices. Mentioned a tiny Starbucks instant coffee thing costing $13.
$13 for instant coffee.
That's what they said. And they spent almost $300 for just 4 to 5 days worth of groceries in Florida after hearing Publix was supposed to be more affordable. Sticker shock.
Look, this taps right into the inflation reality everyone's dealing with. Groceries are a huge part of the budget, and people notice these jumps. It forces you to really think about value.
Where are you getting the most for your money, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you navigate these rising costs? What are the smart strategies? Because families need practical answers right now.
And the comments here offer some of those practical tips.
Yeah, they get right down to brass tacks. One person just shared their own pain point. It's $10 for a bag of chocolate chips where I live. Just showing how widespread this is.
$10 for chocolate chips? Wow.
Right. And then another comment gave very direct advice. Listen to me right now. If you shop at Publix, you are being taken advantage of.
Strong words. What did they suggest instead?
They said switching to Aldi and Trader Joe's saved them $750 a month on food, and ended with, do not shop at Publix unless you want to light money on fire for fun.
Okay, so real-world advice from fellow shoppers trying to stretch a dollar. It shows how much these prices impact daily life and how savvy consumers are getting.
Absolutely. People are actively hunting for value and sharing what works. That's American ingenuity right there.
Okay, one last story. And we're circling back to student loans, but maybe even more intense than the first one.
This one sounds really tough.
Yeah, another borrower's story. They paid $36,000 over 2 years.
Okay, that's a significant amount.
But their loan balance is still over $90,000, higher than what they originally borrowed.
How is that even possible?
The interest rate, 17%.
17. Good grief. No wonder the balance went up.
And the borrower is just desperate, asking, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to be in debt for my whole life.
You can feel the despair there.
Yeah. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. Like, this should not be legal. It's raw frustration.
It really highlights that feeling of being trapped, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Paying and paying, but the debt just grows because the interest is so incredibly high. It's like quicksand.
So beyond the personal agony, what are the bigger implications here?
Well, it forces a hard look at the system, right? What does it mean for a whole generation facing debt burdens like this? It fuels debates about lending practices, about responsibility, about whether the system itself is fundamentally flawed or even predatory in some cases.
And the comments. Do they echo the sympathy or push back?
They push back, actually. Pretty hard. Similar to the first loan story, but maybe even sharper.
Really? What do they say?
One asked, yes, the terms of those loans were insane, but why did these people agree to them in the first place?
Again, putting the onus on the borrower, even acknowledging the terms were insane.
Right. And another comment was even more blunt. Did someone force her to take out that loan?
Wow. So zero sympathy there. It's all about personal accountability.
That's the perspective, yeah. It really boils down to that core tension.
Yeah.
Individual choice and responsibility versus a system that maybe offers deals that are incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for some to overcome, especially when signed at such a young age.
Man, it's a tough debate with strong feelings on both sides.
No easy answers.